What up with it? How we feeling today? Top of the top of the top of the top of the top. Back. This has to be the most ratchet morning show we've ever dealt with. I missed 2 episodes in a row. Consistency is key. Consistency is key. What up? Let's get up in here. I know. I missed a whole 2 episodes in a row. Friday and yesterday. Almost missed today. But I was like, you know what, though? Get your ass up. No, I didn't get up this morning to exercise. I'm doing my morning show. I've been doing it. This is episode 8. But I missed Friday and I missed today. But we back. We back. The afro is still flourishing. The beard is still trying to get there. Seattle, what's goody? How's everybody feel today? Morning, top of the morning. Yo, it's the morning cup of dough. Morning show. We're going to be here from 6 to 8 every morning. Well, we're trying to build that level of consistency. Letting everybody kind of get up in here before we start chopping it up. Let me check my TMZ and my Twitter feed. What's happening in the world? Who's trending and for what reason? Okay. Okay, the baby is trending. Why is the baby trending? The baby be trending. Let's see for a while. He got about 25,000 tweets. Let's see. All right. Was it because he was in Lagos? Say the beard and the fro. Yo, even in growing my afro, that's hard with consistency. I'm like, how am I going to get this thing? You got to go through the rough time. We in the rough time. I had a little sunroof up here. We covering it up. The hair is growing out now. No volume over here? Hold on. Can y'all hear me over here? Somebody in IG said they couldn't hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Oh, he paid a kid $100. I seen that. Okay, hold on a second. But was that like a negative thing? Let's go ahead and see. Okay, what would you all want to talk about? So let's talk about the last thing I was talking about when I was on here, the Kendrick album. I think I've digested it enough to kind of have an opinion. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I'm looking at TMZ. I'm grabbing our topics. Y'all can also let me know if there's anything of that you guys want to talk about. Okay. We good? We good with sound over here? Good with sound over here? Okay, cool. All right, it's top of the morning. It's the Morning Cup of Dough morning show. Good morning. We try to get this thing going every morning. I didn't realize that it was, I'll be jumping into things. I'll be like, damn, you gotta get up every morning. As far as the Kendrick album, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good piece of work. I think it was a great piece of work, actually. I think Kendrick is a very good I don't even know if we can call him rapper anymore because it's like the stuff that he does is very, I mean, he's rapping, but like, is he rapping? Like, does he like kind of give you those single songs like that? No, but I think that he kind of took us on a great ride through the album. He talked about some really deep things. So overall, like on a first listen out of 10, I'll probably give it like a 8. It was cool. The production was cool. The only knock I ever have to Kendrick is like sometimes it's just too deep for me, and I'm not that deep all the time. It's like sometimes when you think about like the replayability, it's like, would I go back and listen to a lot of those songs? There are a couple of those songs that really resonated with me. Like I like the was it Father Time? I love that record. He had a couple records on there. What was the other songs that I liked? Because I actually had went live and we had talked about the album. The Father Time record was good. The We Cry Together record was fire. Auntie Diaries was great. The Savior interlude. Him having Kodak on there was dope. So, but then there were some songs that I really didn't, that worked for me. The Crown record, the Silent Hill, I mean, they were cool, but I don't know, man. Is it me or is Kendrick like too deep sometimes? Like me, even as a rapper, like I rap. A lot of his songs, like I can't go back and just learn word for word like I can like a Gucci Mane song. Like, yeah, like Gucci Mane would just make it rather simple for us. Tia up in here. Good morning. I'm sorry I left y'all and I missed 2 episodes. I'm working on my consistency. Consistency is the new key. Somebody said the Silent Hill, the fire was good. I mean, the beat was good. I don't know, man. It's just, I think he's good. And and waiting 5 years for that, like it wasn't Damn. His album Damn, it wasn't that. I think that was like his rap album. Like this wasn't necessarily a rap album. It was very musical. But it was good. Like if you like Kendrick, I don't think that you'll be disappointed. I like Kendrick, but like I don't know. I just don't know about the replay ability. I just don't know. Yeah, we're talking about Kendrick's album right now. I don't know if I'm going back like, oh, I gotta go listen to because he was unpacking a lot of stuff. He was talking about some shit on that song. Like it sounded like a lot of it sounded like it was therapy. That's great to be able to do that through music. I too have done that. So he's done that masterfully. But I give about an 8, maybe like a 7.5. Like I don't know. But at the same time, I don't know. Somebody said, who said that? Somebody said, Chris Melendez says, not what I was expecting from here after 5 years. Me neither. I don't know what I expected. But I think that it was a good piece of work. I think that you could tell that he worked on it. He didn't slack. He put his time and his heart into it. Hey, come on, YouTube. Smash that like button. We got 8 likes and we got 36 people in here. Come on now. Quam 843 said, I ain't even listened to it. Not gonna lie, I don't know why, but I've never been a big fan. Like I fuck with Kendrick, but you know what I'm saying? Like he's like I don't want to say he's an acquired taste because I feel like anybody can listen to him, but I feel like it's a different kind of rap. It's damn near like spoken word. Like it's even the cadences and like they're not normal cadences. They're like, you know what I mean? Chris Melendez says, I wonder if he composed this album this way since it was his last TDE album. I'm not for sure. Joey said, oh, what up, Joey? West Side said, I expected it to sound like this. A lot of rap, self-reflective experience. I liked it. I thought it was cool, but I don't know. Like sometimes I just felt like it was just a little too deep, a little too over my head. And I'm old. I'm older than Kendrick. I'm 42. So I don't know. I don't want to say I didn't like it because I did enjoy it. It's not my favorite Kendrick album though. I can say that off of the first couple of listens. I don't know where do you guys rank it in your Kendrick albums? Because for me, number one, and I'm one of the people that never really like listened to the Section 80. So number one for me in his albums is Good Kid, Mad City. I don't feel like this is better than Good Kid. Number 2 for me would be Damn. I don't feel like this is better than Damn. Number 3 would be To Pimp a Butterfly. I mean, I guess you can make it. There's a conversation to say is this better than than To Pimp a Butterfly. But To Pimp a Butterfly has some hits on it. That's my only thing. Like I'd be like, where are the hits? They're like some of his songs. I mean, I guess like the N95 could be a hit. I don't know. But shout out to Kendrick. The album came out. You know what I'm saying? Rough Dog 21 said it was artistic and boring. It's a SC Upa said it's quarantine music, not club bangers. Yeah. Somebody said number one is Untitled, Unmastered. He talked more about his personal life instead of a specific topic in Black culture, and that's as an artist, you got to be able to do that. You got to be able to do that. Tia Williams said it just depends on what you like. I'm a rap fan and I respect his artistry, but I really like bangers. And to me, it's not that. No, it's no bangers on there. It's no like he's talking from his soul. He's spilling out remnants of his soul on his album. It was a very personal album. We find out a lot about him. We find out that he, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of different things. Even from like the cover, you find out he has 2 kids now. So, you know, I like it. I don't love it. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I thought it was a good piece of work. All right, so hold on. What else do we got here? Hold on 1 second. Moving right along. All right, what else do we got? Rest in peace to Little Keed out of the YSL camp. YSL camp has been having some it's been a rough time for them with the RICO case with Young Thug and everything, and now to lose a young member from their team, and they say he died from kidney failure. I don't know if that was from maybe drinking lean or whatever it was. More information is coming out, but yeah, he passed away. Hold on 1 second. So rest in peace to him. Let's talk about. Oh, okay. There's a couple of other things going on. Did you guys see? And first off, also let's rest in peace to everybody that lost their life in Buffalo. It's a scary thing that we're seeing. We're praying for the healing. There's truly some evil people out there. Don't want to go too far into that because, like I said, we be trying to keep it light, keep it positive on the show, but we will recognize all the people that lost their lives in Buffalo in that racially motivated attack. Okay. So we'll talk about that. Let's talk about the YSL thing because that's getting more and more interesting. The police of the people that are investigating this ain't fair. Listen to this. This is what I'm hearing about the YSL, the Young Thug camp stuff. They are saying that they're getting him on phone. Apparently, they snuck the law enforcement snuck some cell phones in to jail that were tapped to get some information about Young Thug. I'm like, these folks ain't playing. So from what I'm hearing in the Young Thug thing, they got him on tape saying some stuff, on wiretaps. I know everybody keeps saying, well, it's just a state RICO charge. It ain't gonna stick. It ain't gonna stick. Okay. It ain't looking good. The more they keep talking about like what Young Thug's been, locked up for like a week and a half on this. And ever since he got locked up, he's been denied bail. The search of his house yielded a bunch of more stuff. And then you also got to think about it, like he's arrested with 28 other people. Like if that's 28 other sets of lawyers' fees of people that you gotta hope ain't saying nothing. I don't know. It's tough. It ain't looking good. And this is another thing that I'm saying. I think that rappers need to be paying attention to what's going on. It's a war on rap right now. We're not even debating that right now. Like it's a war on rap. Like they are trying, if they feel like your rap is contributing to the delinquency of society in any way, they're coming. I mean, look at all the rappers that they got locked up. I mean, Casanova just copped out to a deal. You know what I'm saying? And he's facing anywhere from 5 to 60 years. Pooh Shiesty is in jail. Young Thug is in jail. YFN Lucci is in jail. It's a number of other rappers that are in jail. And I feel like, and what I mean by they is that law enforcement is under the impression that rap ain't good, and that these niggas are really living their raps and they trying to lock people up. So I don't know, man. Niggas might want to, and the crazy thing about it is too, they are solving like a lot of their crimes just by going to these rappers' Instagrams. Just going to their Instagram and just seeing all the action there. So we need to pay attention to this. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that every rapper is innocent or guilty. Like, no, I'm like, bro, if you're out here doing crime and they catch you, I'm not going to I'm not going to rally for you to not, if you're doing something wrong. But at the same time, if they are targeting rappers and if this is a ploy, then, you know what I'm saying? You got to look for that stuff too. Okay. Rough Dog 21 said a whole lot of snitching is about to happen. Could you imagine if you went to jail, you had 28 co-defendants? That's a lot of people. And they're trying to get a RICO to stick. And then all they got to do, that's the thing you got to understand. All they got to do in a RICO is prove that this is a gang and you're doing things in further into the gang. That means that they kind of can hit you with a blanket. It's like, oh, you're in a gang, you're going to get charged for things that this gang is doing. And if you're the leader, and that's what they're trying to say Young Thug is, it's a wrap. Somebody said that they have always been targeting rappers. Okay. But I that could be true, but I don't feel like rappers should make it easier for them and that's another thing, like, I'm telling you, man, this social media thing is a monster because a lot of these rappers are getting caught up on things they're saying and doing on social media. I'm telling you, man, we don't even know how to deal with social media because it's still such a new thing. We didn't have this when I was a kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's changing everything. And I think it makes even rational people do irrational things. Like, if you were a rapper and you were doing some things that weren't the most legal, why would you self-snitch, so to speak, on social media? Like, just always flexing the money or throwing the gang signs. Like, I don't know. This water's good. All right, so yeah. But best of luck to Young Thug and whatever it is they're doing. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't look good. It's just like when Casanova went to jail. Like, Casanova was in there for damn near 2 years before he said fine. Like, and then he found out somebody was telling on him. You know what? The more I think about it, I think the more Bobby Shmurda should be celebrated because Bobby Shmurda went to jail, came out, and like now he's just this happy guy. He's just dancing. He don't act tough. He don't be walking around with a bunch of goons, and people low-key be laughing at him. Like, that's the dichotomy, I think, of rap superstardom. Is that if you do something that makes it look like you're authentic, it's almost like we like it more. You're more popular. But if and Bobby Shmurda, he don't be downplaying it. He just be happy. And he don't act like a tough guy. Why does he need to act like a tough guy? Guy just did 7 years in prison. So, and he's just happy. Like, he be doing his little dances and shit. All of that. So it's just like, I don't know why we don't celebrate that a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should celebrate the fact that Bobby Shmurda came out of prison and he's just happy making his money, doing his freestyles. You know what I'm saying? All of those things. So, yeah. Shout out to Bobby Shmurda. You know what I'm saying? For kind of coming out and learning his lesson. Seemed like, prison I don't want to say it was a good thing for him, but he seems like a much more, and I just think more people should do that. He actually did a video where he was basically saying when rappers become successful, they need to get out the hood, and I couldn't agree more. I'm not saying that you can't take people out of the hood. I'm not saying that you can't help people from your section. I'm just saying that you yourself need to get out of there because just because you're blowing up rapper don't mean, like, you know what I'm saying? If you have enemies, they don't stop hating you. Like, if anything, they're gonna hate you more because you're being successful. And then even people of your own, you might see jealousy and envy. So that's what I would say to rappers. If you're blowing up, man, go ahead and step out the hood, man. It ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Um, there's a video now of Freddie Gibbs getting chased and fighting people allegedly from Benny the Butcher's entourage or his crew or whatever, or just maybe supporters of Benny the Butcher. And it happened in Buffalo, New York. What I can say about this, because it's like the second time Freddie Gibbs is an anomaly to me. I don't understand. He's a great rapper. I enjoy his music. 20K Jesus is one of my favorite songs ever. I've worked out to it a million times. I like that record. But I don't know what it seems like he's always talking about people and then they're catching up to him and fighting him. Now, one thing that I can say that is because it was a big brawl. You can see it. It's on World Stars on TMZ. Just put in Freddie Gibbs brawl. Like it was a brawl. It was like a lot of people. Apparently, he got his chain snatched. One thing, and this is sad that this even needs to be a bright point to it, but I'm glad that no guns were brandished and nobody got fatally wounded or nobody got shot or anything like that. With that being said, I think that Freddie Gibbs just needs to maybe try to not beef with people as much because this happened. And if he is, maybe switch up. You know what I'm saying? Switch up. You know how he's moving and how he's talking about people because it's just like I don't know. It's just like when this happened with Jim Jones, it was like he was just chilling. He was in a restaurant at a steakhouse, and niggas ain't caring. Like niggas see you anywhere. Niggas just trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody supporting the channel. Thank you, J Dub. Smash that like button. We need that. Instagram, if you want to hop over to YouTube, you can. It's I am Doughboy TV, IAMDOBOY TV over at YouTube. So yeah, it was a big fight. And this is just some back and forth words that have been happening between Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher. So yeah, that happened. So it was a fight. He allegedly got his chain snatched. I don't know. It's just y'all niggas too old for this, man. Like because Benny and Freddie, them niggas are both over 35, I believe. What is you niggas fighting for? That's one thing I don't understand. Why is it that with rappers or it's like, and I get it, y'all still gonna be people, you still gonna have disagreements with others, but it's like you niggas are young black millionaires. What is there to be mad about? And it's just not a great look to where, you know what I'm saying? And I will say that. Like I will call them to task for that. It's just like, especially with Buffalo, for it to happen in Buffalo, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, this is in a space where, there's a racist guy out there killing black people. And then we got, we're out there fighting each other. I think there needs to be some level of unity, between black people. Because it seems like, we some individuals got it out for us. So I'm not really into seeing black on black anything right now. I feel like black people need to be sticking, together. So it is kind of disheartening to be like, damn, there's some messed up stuff going on in Buffalo and around the same time. I don't know if this happened before or after. I think it happened before the shooting thing. It's just like, but people in Buffalo are fighting each other and taking each other's chains. It's like, come on, man. Let's be together. I'm on some unity stuff. I don't want to see no black people beefing. Let's stick together, man. We ain't our enemies. Shit, I'm your brother, man. Water be good in the morning. Ah ha ha ah ha 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 ha. All right. So what else do you guys want to talk about? I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't have the docket put together. But what else is there to talk about? The NBA playoffs is lit. I don't think none of us seen this happening with the Mavericks and the Suns. How do you guys feel about that? The Mavericks and the Suns. I feel like you shouldn't talk shit until the games are over. And I think the Suns got a little too cocky You know what I'm saying? The Suns got a little too cocky. They were up 2-0. They were kind of like talking trash to Luka. They were singling him out on defense. And boy, oh boy, did he come back and make them pay in the end. I think that I like these playoffs because it's like there's no clear favorite. Now we get to see the Mavericks and the Warriors and the Heat and the Celtics. I think that's a great Final Four. And I feel like whoever's going to be in the finals is going to be a great finals because there's 4 solid teams. Who do I have winning the championship? The Celtics look really good. And they kind of took apart the Bucks. But I don't know if the Heat have enough. I would love to see the Heat win it, though, because Jimmy Butler is a dog. So I would love to see the Heat. But if I had to put my money on it, see, I want to say the Warriors, but I feel like the Warriors be looking suspect. They be looking funny in the light sometimes. But if I had to make a pick, I'm going with the Celtics, man. I'm going with the Celtics just because the way that they beat the Bucks, you got to understand they can play big ball or small ball. You see what I'm saying? The way they beat the Nets, swept their asses, and then they went to the Bucks, the defending. So I think it's going to be the Warriors and the Celtics. That's my pick. So it's going to be them in the title. And if I slightly give the edge to the Celtics. But it is a great it is a great playoffs. I think it's like one of the best playoffs that I've seen in a minute. Okay, hold on one second. Let's see what else is going on. Okay. All right, I'm looking back at the I wanted to say something that might get me the side eye from some of you. I said, wait. All right, hold on a second. Now, some people, hold on one second. It's not a ton of stuff going on in the news today. So even if I would have tried to put together a docket, because I'm on TMZ, it's not a ton of things. Hold on one second. Oh, did you guys hear? Okay, we can talk about this. Did you guys hear the racist couple that got kicked out of the Uber? Yes, we live. I'm here with you right now. Alex Anthony said World Star got the real views. Okay. So there was did y'all see this? It was okay. There was a couple trying to get into a Uber. Listen to what they said. Here we go. Hold on one second.
Hello, for Jackie, right? How are you? Yeah, you're like the white guy. What's that? Excuse me?
You're like a normal guy. Like you speak English. Sorry.
No, you can get out of the car.
What?
That's inappropriate.
What?
It's completely inappropriate. If somebody was not white sitting in the seat, what would you do?
Are you serious?
She said, wow, you're a white guy.
Oh.
That's okay. I'm not going to take the ride. You guys can get out.
Really?
Yeah. Completely inappropriate.
Oh, you're a fucking asshole.
It's all on camera, man.
Piece of shit.
It's all on camera.
I should punch you in the fucking face.
You're going to threaten me?
Yeah.
Assault.
Yeah. Wow.
Because you guys are racist as fuck.
You're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Oh. He called him an N-word lover. The hard ER.
No, I'm calling the cops on you, man. It's all on camera. It's all on camera. You guys own the place. Is it your place? That's great. Everyone's going to know. Fossil's last stand for black people, right? Yeah, fuck off. You.
So that is what happened. How do we feel that? So the white lady gets in the car. Oops, hold on. Okay. All right, so the white couple gets in the car, right? So they get in the car, and the white lady's like, "Oh, you're a white guy. You're normal. You speak English." Like, like on some like low key racist shit. Like, and so the dude was like, "Nah, like, what do you mean?" And kicked their ass out. And then her boyfriend called dude an N-word lover because he kicked him out. Hold on one second. White people, they quick to call the police. The driver was like, "Man, I'm calling the police." How do y'all feel about that? Do you feel? Okay. Call me naive. Call me naive, right? I can deal with the naive thing. I didn't know that there were still that many people that are racist out here. And I don't know if it's because I don't run into racist people in real life, or maybe they hide their racism from me so I don't see it. But I don't. When did people start being so racist? I mean, and I get it. Like, I see the videos sometimes, and I see the Karens, and you know what I mean? I see the racist police. So don't get me wrong. Like, it ain't like I just don't ever see race. So, but it's almost like far and few between. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't really see that. But just to see somebody randomly walk into an Uber and be like, "Oh, you're normal. You're a white person." I don't be seeing that. I'm not saying that it don't exist. I'm just saying that I don't always see it. And when I see it like this, like, so when I see stuff like the shootings in Buffalo, and when I see stuff like people getting into the car, oh, there's another World Star video of a little white kid going up to a black family's house with a whip and like banging on the door, trying to get their kids to come out. So I didn't know it was still just alive like that. Sarah Sutherland says, "Come to where I live. It's everywhere." Jay Moore said, "Here in Visa, it's prevalent." I don't know if that's VA. I just don't understand why anybody needs to be racist in 2022. Like, it obviously it's still being taught in the homes. He said, "Okay, in VA." But I just don't understand, like, why there's a need to be like, I'm going to blanket covering not like a group of people. That's just off to me. Like, to this day, like, and how diverse the world is, and how we kind of all got to interact with each other. Why are there still people like, I don't like this group of people? That's such a generalization. It's so unfortunate. Just to, you know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get racism. I just don't. I never have. I don't know that I ever will. It's just dumb to me. Like, I'm just not gonna like a group of people because that's what somebody told me to do. It's almost like you're not even letting yourself be a free thinker, because you can't be a free thinker if you think everybody is one way because they're the color of their skin. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Somebody called me a racist. How am I a racist? Jesus said I'm a racist. How? I don't got no issues with nobody. Somebody said to do something about it. What I'm gonna do about it? I'm gonna go out and change the world and stop racism? I don't. Hey, Jesus, relax, man. Before I start blocking your comments. Somebody said I'm like everybody else, just yapping about it. No, I'm trying to get an understanding about it. And this is the Dope Boy, this is the Morning Cup of Dope Morning Show, so I don't really have to explain anything. Jesus. So relax. Anna Suzette said, "You have a right to say I don't like you. You don't have a right to kill anybody." Yeah, but I just don't understand why you would say I don't like you just because the color of your skin. Like, I personally don't get that. Like, if have I seen somebody and because they were a certain color, just be like, you gotta be like, I don't understand that. But yeah. So yeah, they tried to get into the Uber. Dude kicked him out. So nah, man, you're racist, and called him for it. So I think I think maybe that's a step in the right direction. Is calling out racism when you see racism, and just being like, okay, no, we're not just gonna scooch past the racism. Tia Williams says, unfortunately, a lot of it is ingrained, and I think you may see it less because a lot of the casual racists have piped down because they don't want to get called out on social media. I definitely do think that's a fact. I think that people that are racist, they're paranoid for having that viral moment of seeing their racism caught in 4K. So, yeah. Christopher McIntyre says, kudos to that driver. Yeah. Because he was risking it. Dude was like, I should punch you in the face. Say Ufa says it's how you're raised. It starts at home. Yeah, so I just be wanting the world to be a better place. It's like, come on, man. We already got enough going on. Like, we fresh out of a pandemic. Like, come on, man. Like, life is too short to be out here grouping a bunch of individuals together and treating them terrible. Like, come on. Loyalty is love said the powers that be keep us divided so we won't pay attention to them. Yeah. JJT says, I live in Austin. White people call each other the N-word like it's normal. Yeah, man. We got to do better as a society, man. We all in this together. All right, let's see. What else is going on? Okay, I'm back to TMZ, seeing if anything. Is there anything else trending on Twitter that I'm missing? Okay, I'm looking. Hold on. Damn. Come on, TMZ. Your scroll game is whack right now. All right, 1 second. Let me say this, because this is just unrelated, right? Totally unrelated. But I wanted to say this. I know that it is an unpopular opinion, but I'm just gonna say it because I listened to it for the first time in a long time the other day, and I had initially thought this years ago, but I have the fortitude to say it now. Okay, diss records in hip hop have always been a big thing, right? Epic, diss records. You know what diss record that when you hear it, it wasn't really that good, but in history, people put it as one of the epic diss records ever, right? They try to make it seem like it was one of the most fascinating hip hop diss records in history. But when you really go back to listen to it, it's like, huh? So I'm going to say this, and I know that people will be mad. Hold on 1 second. But I'm going to say this. Hold on. And just who do y'all think that I'm about to say? Because, hold on 1 second. Give me 1 minute. Because I listened to it like years later. And I was just like, this is not what we thought it was. All right, I'm going to go ahead and say it. And then we go argue. You know what was not a good diss record? Hit 'Em Up by Tupac. Hit 'Em Up by Tupac, not a good diss record. It really wasn't. And I get it because he said some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said I lost my mind. But hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen. I know that when I say that, that's like, no, he was crazy, he was snapping. Listen. Let's just pull up, like, even when you listen, let's just pull up the lyrics real quick. Hold on. Hit up lyrics. Okay. First of all, when he raps, he doesn't even rap that long. Right? He didn't even rap that long. He was like, first off, F your chick and the click you claim. Bad boys to come aside. If you click with game, you claim to be a player, but I F'd your wife. We bust on bad boys. Like, that verse ain't even that long. And then, and like, what did he say that was so crazy on there? Puff plus Puppy trying to see me. Weak hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia, some mark ass. Okay. We keep them coming while we running for your jewels. Steady gunning. Keep them busting at them fools. You know the rules. Lil Caesar, go ask your homie how I leave you. Cut your young ass up. Leave you in pieces. Now be deceased. Lil Kim, don't F around with real dreams. Chris will snack your ugly ass off the streets. So F peace. I let them niggas know it's on for life, so let the West Side ride tonight. Bad boy murdered on wax and killed. Mess with me and get your cat peeled. That's all he said on the record. That's all he said. That's all he said. And then he let his friends rap. We didn't know who these guys were. So I didn't really want to hear them. No disrespect to the Outlaws. Tupac actually talked more than he rapped on that record. And rest in peace to Tupac. Rest in peace to Biggie. This is in no way to disrespect the man or his legacy. This is just dissecting art. That's all it is. Because when we talk about diss records, what I'm saying? I think that a lot of times people be like, yo, people always have that record high up. And I'll be like, is it though? Is it? When you really think about it, he really didn't even say that much about Biggie. He said 4 bars about Biggie. He said, first off, F your chick and the click you claim. West Side when we ride, come equipped with game. You claim to be a player, but I F'd your wife. We bust on bad boys, niggas F for life. That's all he said rap-wise about Biggie. And then the rest of it, he went on to talk about Lil C's and Lil Kim. And even with Lil Kim, quick to snatch her ugly ass off the streets. Those are bars. Somebody said, don't stop the cap. Listen, man, I'm not capping. I'm just saying. Somebody said he has 2 verses on the song. Does he? Grab your Glocks. Hold on. Let's see. Get out the way. No. He didn't have 2 verses on that. No, he didn't. Oh, he did. He did. Oh, I was wrong. He did. He did have a second verse. I'm sorry. You're right. Hey, bro, you deserve it. That talk about money was funny to me. All you niggas live a bunny. I'm a self-made millionaire. Thug living out of... But see, then he really only said 1 line about Biggie. He did have a second verse. I will say that. And then he's talking about, remember when I used to let you sleep on the couch and beg a chick to let you sleep on the couch? I just don't feel like it was a great... Okay, he did have a second verse, and I did forget about that. So that does change it a little bit. I'm not trying to crash the internet. I'm just letting you know. Bar for bar wise, I don't think it was that great of a diss record. When you go listen to it now. Somebody said I'm out of here. Come on, man. Don't hate me for having an opinion. Somebody said it's cool that I'm entitled to be wrong. I'm just saying, like, when I think of just classic diss records, I just be like, is it just me? All right, hold on. What else we got? What else we got? Okay. All right, I don't want to break the internet. Okay. So Keisha Cole. Oh, hold on 1 second. Let's hear this. This is interesting. Would you let your boo have have one side piece a month? Michael Blackson. Hold on 1 second. Let's listen to this. Here we go. Let's hear this.
Why does that work for you?
Hold on.
Well,
Here we go.
you guys kind of touched on, Rada, you allow, or should I say, accept Michael having one side chick a month. Why does that work for you?
Well, the reason why, and it's not even allowing, it's more, I've been in a long-term relationship, and I've said this before. You having sex with the same individual for years, it gets boring. And I just wanted some excitement in the bedroom.
Michael, would that same arrangement work in Rada's case if she wanted to have one side piece a month as well?
I mean, she's allowed to have any female she wants.
But not a man?
Not a man, because she don't want a man. I don't want it. We don't need another penis in the relationship.
What do you need from other women that you feel like you can't get from the person you want to call your wife?
Just some new coochie.
You guys.
Okay, so Michael Blackson and his and Rada, I don't know if they're married, but so she allows him to have one side chick a month. Let's talk about that, because is monogamy dead? I know some people that have open marriages. A few friends of mine openly, like publicly, say that they have open marriages. And then you see a lot of relationships that don't work because of infidelity. And you hear him say, she can have a woman, she can't have a man. And then you almost hear the woman say, stuff gets boring. So is monogamy dead? Is there anybody out here just having sex with the same person every single day and loving it? And do y'all agree with this? Straight to the point TV said there's no way on God's green earth. Mila said what up, Mila Manifest, double standard AF. And Anna Suzette says that's the relationship, it works for them. I don't know. The more that I think about it, right? And the more it's just easy to say, no, I wouldn't do that. Not my woman. Jay Morris says, married 13 years, same person every day, no cheating. I think it just comes down to a preference. And Michael Blackson said the only reason why he does it is because he just wants some new vagina. Let me see. I'm happy with my woman. Plus, I have a child, so I like having a family. Okay. I don't know, because I've been in relationships. I've cheated. I've been cheated on. Some of the women that I got cheated on by, you would have never thought. And some of the women I cheated on, you would have never thought I would have cheated on her. I can say that when I cheated, sometimes I was doing retaliatory cheating, but sometimes I was just like, yeah, I just wanted something different. I didn't know why, I just did. But I don't know. When I think about getting married, I mean, I don't even know how I feel, about marriage anymore. Like, I think it's how do y'all feel about marriage? Let's have that conversation. How do y'all feel about marriage as a whole these days? Like, because with the divorce rate being something crazy, like 60-something%, like, a lot of people get married, divorced. And I think that a lot of it has to do with monogamy or people being unfaithful. So do y'all think marriage as a whole even works? Mila Manifest came with the long. Oh wait, let me see. Tia came with an answer. Tia Williams said it depends on the person, but I think monogamy is a hard pill to swallow. I think the older I get, it's like, yeah, it is. Mila Manifest says it's an honest answer, and if it works for them, it works. But it's just a double standard. It doesn't seem like she liked the arrangement, though, by the way she said it. True. Hey, Sue says, and that's why I'm a single father. Hey, Sue, I don't really like your energy right now, so I'm gonna put you on official. Nigga, I don't want to remove you from the chat, but I don't like your energy. Okay. Hey, Sue Leon, I'm calling you out. Don't like your energy, and I don't need it right now. So please don't make me kick your ass out this chat. You know what I'm saying? I don't like your energy. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. I need you to chill. Instagram, what up? How do y'all feel? Is anybody over here? James, Trick 94, how have I been? I've been great. I don't know. I feel like monogamy sounds good. I feel like marriage sounds good till you try to do it. You know what I mean? Straight to the point TV says, I still want to get married, but cheating is a deal breaker. If you know you want to get with other men, why be married to me? True. But that's the thing. It's just like, I think signing up for marriage is low-key kind of hard because it's just like, you're basically saying, I'm going to be into you, 100% for the rest of my life. You know how much we changed? I was just having this conversation recently, and I was talking about my life 5 years ago. And my life 5 years ago was so much different than it is now. I'm so much different as a person just in 5 years. And that's just on a personal journey. Could you imagine being with the same person? Like, I just feel like we change as human beings so much. The things that we want, the things that are important to us, they change. They're fluid. They're not always just like, this is what, I mean, I think that you can have like career goals and life goals, but sometimes you change as a person. So I think that is what makes marriages and monogamy a little bit hard, just because people change so much. I think in a perfect world, hold on, my fan is on. It's cold. Hold on a second. Okay. Jay Morris says, I believe that social media and our need to live like everyone else, that relationship are not real anymore. And they're what's trending. That's what's trending. Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like, yes, I think that there is some truth to that. Because I think when you go on social media and you see the edited up, versions of people's lives, because they're not showing you the real, they're showing you the highlight reel. I think sometimes it could always make you feel like the grass is greener. I know that that's a fact. I know I've been in relationships before and be on like, Instagram and shit, be like, damn, but there's so many hoes out here. But that ain't what a nigga really wanted. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that. Solo Bobby says some people grow and evolve together. True. I'm not saying that it's impossible. The Clabor Cannibal says, but you can't say that monogamy and the love that it takes to be monogamous isn't one of the most beautiful things in the world. I do believe it is. I've been in relationships where it was all about her, all about me, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, I'm in my 40s and I'm not married, so I would at least have to say some of this has to do with me. You know what I'm saying? And I think too, as a man, as a black man, like the narrative does get tired. Like, oh, well, I didn't see it growing up, and I don't know how to do it. Like, I think if you want to be a good man, you could be, because I think that is a excuse that I've kind of harped on. I don't really want to call it an excuse though, but I've been like that in my life. Like, I don't know how to treat a woman right because I genuinely wasn't taught this. Hold on, we getting a lot of comments in here. Let me rock with the comments. And YouTube, while I'm doing that, please smash that like button. Smash that like button for your boy. It don't cost you nothing. Michael Dixon says depends on what lifestyle is being marketed. True. Day 8806 says, as a woman, I want a monogamous marriage, but it seems unattainable nowadays. I agree. Jay Williams says there is no such thing as a perfect personal relationship. True. Tia Williams says, I believe in a 2-income household, especially for black people, but you always have to be honest. And if things change, you have to be able to pivot. That is true. I don't know when we got so away from 2-income households, and You know what I mean? A lot of times I get it, men just want to, I'm one of those men that's just like, I got it. Whatever you bring it to the table can be extra, but 2-income households can make life a lot easier. Becca Honeygan says, I don't think anyone naturally only wants one person. It's a conscious commitment out of love. True. Mila Manifest says, how do you feel about the part that social media plays in a marriage and faithfulness? I feel like it fucks up marriages and faithfulness because there's just too much. I was thinking about this the other day, right? When we were growing up, when I was growing up, coming up in my day, my 42-year-old ass, it wasn't you. It's like you almost lived a world in the bubble that you lived in. And almost, it was a simpler way back then. I'm talking about like, because social media kind of became a thing, like maybe 2007, 2008, and it started ramping up, right? I mean, you had Facebook before that, but it wasn't really like all of that. Like it wasn't what the shit that we see now, right? And so I think like when you just lived in the bubble of your own world, you would just wake up, you would just go to your job or go to your school, be around the people that you were with. You would watch stuff on TV, you would watch movies, you would read the newspaper. But this is how you seen the world. It's like sometimes I'll be looking on Instagram and you can just go through the navigation and you just see beautiful women over all the world and you can instantly be in contact with them. Just, oh, boom, hey, hello. You think I haven't done it in my life? You know how many DMs I done slid in? I think that's how we're going to talk to our grandkids later in life. When we talk about how we met our women, be like, it was a stormy day. Your grandmother had put up a thirst trap and I slid in them DMs. So, let's see what else. Double T says marriage is not necessary now. It's not necessarily a goal for people now. That's true. Mila agrees with Becca. Okay, there we go. Tia says, but I also want to be a record for saying that I absolutely believe in love. I believe in love too. 2-income could equal a doctor's salary. True. Terrell Bond said competition is always the downfall for a great relationship, and comparison and expectations. True. Slip and slide. That's the old school doughboy jokes I like. Hey, we out here. Tia Williams says, that's what I'm saying, Claiborne, especially our kids involved, it can really change your whole situation. I don't really believe in staying in a relationship for children. I don't believe in that. I feel like that could be counterproductive, especially if y'all don't rock with each other like that. When me and my daughter's mother, when I knew that we weren't going to work, we just, and this was right around the time Kiara was like 2 or 3, and she was relatively young. And so we had to make the hard decision and be like, all right, we're not going to do this. We're not going to go back and forth. We're not going to confuse our child, and we're just going to co-parent. So Kiara seen me and her mom co-parenting her whole life, and that's all she knows. So she never, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of times when you're still trying to go back and forth, you niggas know what you be doing. You niggas still be going over there smashing your baby mama. Like, that's fucking up the game. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like then you got people, they start using the kids as pawns, and you're not gonna see your kid, and you're gonna pay this, this. And then it just becomes a situation where you're trying to hurt each other and you're using the kid in the commission to do that. I think that nobody wins when that happens. So yeah, I don't believe in staying for kids. But do I believe that this is the only thing that I know? Just ask yourself this. How many happily married couples do you know personally? How many, Sahar, what up? How many happily married people do you know? I don't know that many. You see what I'm saying? I don't have, and the niggas that I know that are married, a lot of them cheat on their wives, and they talk about it casually. Oh, like, I absolutely cheat on that shit. Like what? I don't know a man that I can talk to that's just like, yo, dope, this marriage shit lit. I don't know that. The Claiborne Cannibal said, my parents been together for 45 years. Shout out to them. Tia Williams says, again, you have to be honest. I think it benefits the kids. But then again, I don't have any. Yeah. MTV Real World, Real Relationships. Yes. Somebody says, am I going to fire back on Roasters today? You know I am. Would I ever do something like Married at First Sight? I'm wild enough to do it. So hold on one second. I said fucking kid. 9 happily married people that you deal with on a daily basis. Okay. I don't. And I'm really thinking about people that I know. I know I've seen relationships that you look at it and from the outside in, you're like, okay, these people are definitely gonna make it. And then you find out they getting divorced, and then you find out the circumstances, you be like, wait, what? Not saying that I'm judging them or anything like that. It's just like, damn. Did I work with Dumbfounded this season? I absolutely did. Shout out to Dumb on Roast Me. So yeah, that's my biggest thing. I don't know that when I say do I believe in monogamy, yeah, I believe in it, and I think that it works for certain people. I don't know. Do I think that it'll work for me? I don't know. Like, and that's the thing. I'm like, nigga, you 42 now. What the fuck? Like, I got to make decisions because nigga, like, like this next 8 years is going to be very instrumental in how I live the rest of my life. So it's like I almost say that to say if I'm gonna get married, that should need to happen kind of somewhere in the near future. I just couldn't see myself being fucking single. But then it's like, am I settling if I try to get married super quick? Am I just trying to find the right woman super quick? Like, hey, what you doing for the rest of your life? I'm gonna marry this guy? Yeah? No? Get out your face. I will. That's what I'll say on that. Like, would I love to? Yeah, I mean, it sounds nice. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't want to deal with all the other bullshit that seems to come along with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds cool. Let me ask y'all about this. What about what is it? Polygamy. What about a polygamous, polygraph test? Polygamy. A polygamous relationship. Polygamous relationship. I think that's how I said it. Polygamous. Doligamous. Multiple people. So those it'd be like a dude and 2 girls. Do y'all think that could work as a relationship? I've had this conversation with a few people. It sounds like the wildest thing. This is why, in theory, I think that those are difficult to work. It's hard enough to please one woman in a relationship in all ways. I like to have to do that with 2. Sheesh. I don't know. Somebody says I'm not judging anybody about polygamy, but it's not for me. Okay, I get that. Polygamous. Polyamorous. That's what it was. I know a lot of happy couples. I know a lot of trash couples. Things change. People change. You have to make the best of the moments you have. This is true. It takes time and a legit want when it comes to finding the right person. True. Becca says, not for me. The show Sister Wives is about polygamy and it's wild. Sister Wives, okay, I'm going to have to look at that. 79 Beats Coach says, anything can work as long as the communication and understanding is put in place before and during. But I just couldn't imagine having 2 girlfriends and we live together. I mean, I guess. And then, like, I guess sometimes you'd be having sex with one, but you wouldn't be having sex with the other. And then, I don't know. That just seems like a lot of upkeep to do. Have I heard a rich and successful person say it's lonely at the top? I guess that's like a saying that people be saying. A doligamous relationship. You understand what it is. So that's that. All right, what else we got?
You guys kind of touched on Rada, you
sorry about that. All right, what else we got? Somebody said Travis Scott and Pusha T braids have been the same length their entire lives. That's a very true statement. All right, let's ask. Let me see. No, we ain't got to talk about that. Okay. Top 5 hip hop albums. I don't know if I want to talk about that. All right, 1 second. Somebody said we love you, dope. Well, hey, I love you back. You understand? Okay, give me 1 second. Yeah, Rajon Rondo allegedly pulled out a gun on his child's mom. Ugh. We'll pray for all parties involved. Okay. All right, give me 1 second. Okay. Buy my kid a new car or a used car? I mean, well, if money ain't an issue, I'm definitely getting the new car, the safe joint, with all the accessories. Okay. Just give me 1 second. It's a slow news day. Slow news day. Okay. Okay. We can talk about this. Keisha Cole tattooed AB on her lower back. Oh wait, hold on. What was this? How do you guys feel about that? When are you tattooing a person on you? Wait, hold on. I got a couple questions. The Baker John said, "Do I think I'll ever work with Wild 'N Out again?" Hey, if they call me, that's always fam. You know, if they ever need me, I'm always pulling up. Let's go to heavy hitters. I think Audi belly buttons are attractive on females. What about you? Oh wow. I don't know that I've ever dated a woman with an Audi belly button. I don't really have an opinion. I guess I'm not against it. Um, I should create a room on Clubhouse. I don't know. Only thing I'll be seeing is motherfuckers arguing on there. So, um, hold on 1 second. Rose Patrol is getting edited, Jay. So I got to call you and talk to you about that song too. How was my weekend? My weekend was good. Hold on 1 second. Do I have merch? I have a lot of sayings. I'm working on some merch right now. I'm working on just trying to get my business acumen together. I'm working on being more consistent. Let's talk about that really quickly because how do you guys do like any tips on consistency? Let's just have that open conversation because I'm one of those people where I can have the idea and it can excite me to no end. I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And then as soon as it's time to start doing it, like sometimes I can just get inconsistent really quick. Be like, but not today. Like, what do you guys do? And it can be consistency in anything. It can be consistency in your diet, working out, your job, whatever. How do you guys deal with consistency? And shout out to all 73 people in YouTube. Please smash that like button so we can at least have the same amount of likes as we do. People, we got 51 likes. So just okay. Let's just okay. This is the morning cup of dough. It's a slow morning day. We could just it's a slow news day. Okay, we can just have the conversation. This is what happened to me, right? This is why I missed 2 days of the show, right? So Thursday night, and I don't know if you guys seen this because I had a lot of people on here. I was doing a reaction. I did a reaction to the Kendrick album live. I thought I needed to stay up till midnight, but it came out a little bit early, right? And so I was listening to the album with everybody here on live. We were going through every song, and we were going because we made it through damn near the whole album. And then YouTube was like, "We see what you're doing, nigga. Shut it down." So then I got off, but I was still up late. So I was up till about 2:30 on Friday. Normally I got to get up at 5:15 to get everything ready for the show. I obviously oversleep. I got up at 7, so I was just like, well, I'm an hour late. Okay, but I at least did this Kendrick thing yesterday. So I didn't do the show that day, right? Boom. And then I'm like, I'll definitely do it Monday. Had a long weekend, and once again was up super late Sunday. And over oversleep again. And so I'm just like, damn, now I missed 2 days. I almost today was waking up, even when I was waking up, I was just like, so that easily 2 days. But I know y'all as the consumers, you don't care. Like if somebody says, I'm going to do a morning show, they expect every single morning to have a morning show. Even if it's 76 people, 10 people over here. If it was 5 people here, 5 people there, as a visionary, you got to be able to supply your audience. But then there's like consistency, and that's just one thing I suffer with sometimes. When it's just me, I feel like, like say like when I was working for All Deaf, like I had to be there at a certain time, and every day I was there, I always had something to do. So like that structure is so great. Creating that own structure in my life has I found to be arduous. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said the bills are consistent as hell. You're definitely right. Ryan Nicole says support helps me, somebody to keep me accountable. You guys are kind of there to keep me accountable. You can't take days off. You're right. Somebody said I set an alarm. Don't burn yourself out. Schedule everything, no matter how small it is. Yep. Yo, Doe, keep on grinding, big homie, for sure. Have a daily checklist. I like that. A list of must do have to do before the day is done. I like that. Time is going to pass whether you are doing something or not. Damn. I don't want to be on my deathbed regretting not following my dreams. Go ahead. Say that, Tessa. Time is going to pass whether you are doing something or not. I thought about that yesterday when I was sitting in the bed being lazy at like 1 o'clock. I was like, nigga, life is still happening. People are still building empires, whether you do it or not. Shadow Man says, I write the things I want to do down and hang them on my walls in my room. Been doing that for a while. It works. Okay. Got to have willpower. Okay. Tessa said that's real. Yes. Mondays used to be really hard for me because I slack so much on the weekends. You have to keep it going every single day. Yes. Uh-huh. You should take days off so I don't burn out. That's what I'm saying. Like the weekends is for it. Hey, shout out to Chris Wright with the $5 donation. Man, can you post a 20-minute clip of your morning show? LOL. It don't gotta be live. Yeah, I could look to do that. JJT Planner says vision board planner. You can make one on your phone. Change your phone screensaver to a goal of yours so you can see it every day. Okay, I like that. Okay, consistency is key. I'm over here looking at Insta. Set alarms. Okay, I like that. Okay. Ronnie Nicole says, sometimes lack of motivation is other things. When my depression is bad, it's hard to do much. So I try to do a little even if I wasn't as productive as I would like to be. See, I deal with severe mood changes. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a, a known fact, you know what I'm saying? I suffer from bipolar. So, sometimes my mood would just have me not want to do nothing for a while. And I be having to fight through that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I be having to be like, no, but so I would think just I said this yesterday in a conversation and it kind of resonated to me. I said, I'm always on a 1-day contract with myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always on a 1-day contract and it's always just like, you know what I mean? I can't touch yesterday or tomorrow. I am in today. I'm happy to be here. What can I do? You know what I'm saying? So I'm always just trying to have the best day that I'm in. Hold on. Somebody said something like, however, that crystal is holding me back. How is a crystal holding me back? This is rose quartz. It's about self-acceptance, self-love. What do you? I hate when people just say shit. Like, what do you mean me wearing this is holding me back? And I feel like you've been saying that, Leon, Shaw, like on a lot of the lives. Like, okay, bro, I've heard you say that. You don't have to always reference what I got on my neck. Like, okay, I heard you the first 50 times you said it because you are a consistent supporter and I appreciate that. But brother, you don't have to come to my lives all the time talking about my crystal. Okay, I hear you talking about look at it. Okay, cool. But I don't need that, champ. Just obviously I'm wearing it, so just let that be that. I don't need that every time. Respectfully, thank you. Yeah, it's just like, nigga, I'm wearing a damn crystal because that's what I want to do. Like, I'm grown, 42. All right, let me read these other ones. Tia says, I don't think you should take days off for trying to establish consistency. It's a fact. You don't want to burn out. I'm not team no sleep, but you have to do a little bit every day. And that's what I look at it like. I feel like this this morning show to me actually represents. Hey, Big Mac up in here. Yerp. Congrats on the tour. I see you on the tour, the Wildin' Out tour. Shout out my guy, Radio Big Mac, my brother from Wildin' Out, man. I gotta tap in with you, bro. We ain't talked in a minute. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Oh, so yeah, me doing my morning show, and I'm creating it on on my social media platforms. It actually for me represents more than an IP or more. I do know that I'll build it up one day, and I'm putting it into the atmosphere, and that I am going to be a morning radio personality for years to come. I know that I will. But more for what it is right now for me, it's a sense of structure. I got to get up every day and be up and be doing this at 6 to 8. If I'm doing this from 6 to 8 in the morning, it helps for me to set up the rest of my day. Like, okay, it helps me to set up my life, because if I got to do a show from 6 to 8, I got to be sleep earlier. So if I'm sleep earlier, then I'm not up doing random wild shit. You see what I'm saying? So then if I'm sleep earlier, then I'm up earlier. If I'm up earlier, then from 6 to 8, then it's easy after that to kind of align my day. Like, okay, I'm going to do this now, and this is what I'm going to do from this time to this time. But it's just the consistency part. Like, this is episode 8. You know what I'm saying? I want to get to episode 100 and then just look back. But I want to be able to do it on a consistent basis. So y'all keep me honest with this. And I want to do it from Monday through Friday and take the weekends off. So it takes a little bit of time. Okay, hold on one second. Flannel Jenkins says, hold on one second. All right, let me go back to the comments. Somebody said, what had happened news ever making a comeback? See, that's another thing that I started. I need to bring that back. That was just so time consuming. It would take literally a whole day for like one episode. Because I was writing the script out. That was a lot. Leon says, "Though I'm the one giving you the only good advice. Since nobody told me to pray. I pray all the time." All right. We're not talking about this Crystal No More player. So I heard what you said though. All right. Am I doing any other shows besides Roast Me at All Deaf? Yes, I do Roast This, the podcast, every Tuesday. You can check that out today on Caffeine. Somebody said, if you don't take meds already for your bipolar, you should look into them. Yeah, I do, actually, and they do help. Straight to the Point TV said, keep it short and simple. I know you do. If you have an idea, you're headstrong on it, which isn't bad, but that's what leads to being overworked. Take it slow, plan it out. There we go. I like that. All right. Do you use post schedulers? That's helping. I feel like when I don't feel like posting, but I still need to crack the algorithm. Have not. I will look into that. Have I seen Teddy's show with Snooki? Yes. Shout out to Teddy Ray. Call me today. I got you, Jay. You liked what had happened news? I'll try to bring it back. It was hilarious. Yeah, I loved it. That's my thing, man. And I know I'll be full of the good ideas. I know I'm talented. I get it. I'm just trying to find that level of consistency that will take me to the next level. For myself, I've had it in different entities. I've had it in different spaces. And that's the thing. It was like, structure always, I was always good with structure. But then when 2020 happened and the pandemic happened, I didn't deal with that the best way. Hey, we almost had 60 likes. Give me one more like. Somebody give me one more like. Can we get another Teddy versus Doughboy? That could definitely possibly happen. Me and Teddy have been talking about, getting some more content in together. We haven't done something together in so long. That's my brother. That's my brother from another mother. Do me and Teddy have any music together? Nah, not really. Mr. Wright said, keep doing your thing. You are talented and will succeed in life as long as you stay moving forward. Slow motion is better than no motion. You just have to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like I've said, it's sometimes it can be hard and it can be humbling, especially when you come from bigger platforms, doing bigger things, to kind of be at the bottom, building your own self up. That can be hard. It can be humbling, and you can be looking around at everybody else like, but this person, that person. Expectation is the killer of all joy. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to be like, this is where I'm at right now. It doesn't matter about anything else. This is where I am at today. What can I do to affect today the best way? Mila Manifest says, you're very self-aware, so I feel like even when you feel yourself starting to slack, you pick yourself back up. Consistency doesn't always mean just nonstop, but keep getting back up. Yes, I am one of the most self-aware people that I know. And I'd be like, hey, though, you know what I'm saying? Even with just little stuff, you know what I'm saying? Somebody said that was the best show ever. Okay, appreciate you. Do I still do stand-up? I absolutely do. I have a show tomorrow. I have a show this Saturday. So, yes, I do. Tia says, and I know you want to do hot takes on what is happening that day, but maybe on Saturdays, Sundays during the same window, you build a docket of evergreen topics that you can use on slow news days. Okay, Tia, there's an idea. I like that. Another barbecue cook-off again? Who knows? Bacon Josh, you should do CP's new podcast. Would love to. I actually talked to him about that. I may have to make that happen. I'm an investor, so I can relate to that. Got to keep shooting until something hits. Yeah, that part. Fall down 7, get up 8. Like, look, I know somebody, a friend of mine, and they had been out here in LA. You know, came to chase the dream, all that good stuff. And I think they've been out here for maybe a year or so, maybe 2. And it got tough, and they like, yo, I'm going back. I'm going back home. And I get that. You got to do what's right for you and your family, but it's just like, I've been out here 13 years. I've been out here since 2009. It'll be 13 years, October 10th. And I think that it takes something just to not, like, I said that the other day too, like, there ain't no home back home. This is just it. It ain't no giving up. Like, if my life and my career is a lake, I started a long time ago trying to get to the other side. I am closer to the finish line than I am to the beginning. So even if I turned back and said I'm gonna try to swim back it would take more time and energy than to just keep going. And that's just it's a unique space to be in. You know what I mean? So, that's what that is. Somebody said I've been on my stand-up grind lately. How do I feel about my growth on that for the past year? I feel like I'm getting better, more comfortable on stage. The material is starting to lock in more. So, yeah, I feel good about stand-up. What's it like working with Denzel again? Denzel, that's little bro. That's the homie. It's always good working with that young man. He's very talented. So shout out to that man. Ronnie said, that's how I feel about wrestling, though. I've been doing it too long to quit at this point. I feel you, Ronnie Nicole. And it's just like, this is our lives. It's like we spend our lives doing the things that we love. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I can't give up. Like, sometimes, like, the money don't be right. And I'll be like, I got to go get a regular job. And there's no shame in doing that. Sometimes, I'll be like, yeah, maybe I need to do that. But then the other part of me is like, nigga, do you really want to give up 8 to 10 hours a day on something that ain't this? What's the longest that I've done this year? I think I did 35 in Arizona for about 35 minutes. I'm in too deep, man. Sometimes you got to just finish the objective, whatever it is. This is what I wanted to kind of, install upon you guys. I thought about the last 5 years of my life, right? Because literally, on Memorial Day weekend, so whatever, not this Monday coming up, but the following Monday, or is that, I don't know if that's Labor Day, whatever it is, that marks a 5-year anniversary of just, I can look back at 5 years ago, back then, I had went to rehab for the first time for alcohol, and I just look at how my life was back then, like what I was doing, the people I was dealing with, and, I can kind of just look at my life over that time and see when things were going good, when things were going bad. Like, I could see 5 years. And so I'm just like, okay, well, what do I want my next 5 years to look like? Do you guys ever think about like maybe a 5-year plan? And then if I'm thinking like, okay, in 5 years, I'm starting to think like, what do I want to accomplish in 5 years? And then I think I'm going to write that down. And then I'm going to just be like, okay, these are going to be the steps to get it. Because 5 years goes by like that. Like that. Like, I remember back 2017. Can you just think back to your life 5 years ago? What were you doing? I'm pretty sure your life is much different than it is right now. You see what I'm saying? Just think about it. And so I just want to effectively affect my next 5 years with the things that I'm doing. With all the knowledge that I know, with all the things that I've done, I'm just like, okay, I know what the last 5 years were. I'm going to do this for the next 5 years. And it all comes down, I think life is about just breaking. Hold on, and hold on. South Central says, well, Wasara says, no cat spending 8 to 10 hours a day not doing what you like will drive you crazy. Think about that. They have us conditioned to think that that's what we're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like we go to school just to graduate high school, to go to college, just to graduate college, just to get a job, just to just pay bills. That can't be life. Like, and just think about it. If you go to school and you go to college, most people are coming out graduating in debt. So I graduated. Now I got to pay you back for this college shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to get a job, and then, I'm going to buy a house that I'm going to have to pay on for the next 30 years. I'm not shitting on any of these things. I'm just saying that, and then like if you get a house, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, okay, well now I got to, what's good? Welcome to the Morning Cup of Dough morning show. We're also broadcasting live on YouTube. Shout out to my guy, what's good? And then so if you graduate, so once you graduate college, now you got, you accumulated some debt, right? Then let's just say you want to start a family, you get a kid or whatever. Now you got to pay on this house for the next 30 years. So it's just like you gotta work. Now I gotta be at work 40 to 60 hours a week for the next foreseeable future. So that's just things that I just think about, like, that plan ain't for everybody. That plan ain't for me. Like I just, you know what I mean? And I remember, like, trust me, I'm never shitting on jobs. I remember when I was working at Wells Fargo, and I got written up because I went on a break and I came back like 17 minutes instead of 15. You see what I'm saying? I just remember I was like, these motherfuckers really think they own my time like this. Chase Dub, what it do? Somebody said, then they go work at Walmart with a degree. Let me tell you this. In my life, because I have been doing adult work, since I was 18, whatever. My whole life I've worked with people that had degrees. And I ain't never had one. And that always struck me as odd. Like when I worked at Progressive, when I worked at Bank of America, when I worked at Wells Fargo, I always worked doing the same position as people with degrees, and I never had one. Never understood that. Rome 2 times said, Doughboy looks like he sweats when he eats. Ha ha. Another fat joke. Boom, boom. I'll be in Cleveland all weekend. All right, let's see. Ronnie said, Mila, I'm trying to return to school and can't until I pay more of the previous debt. Yeah. Tony's in here. Good morning, Tony. What are my thoughts on the Bucks and Suns being eliminated from the NBA playoffs? I love it. This is the best. It's the best playoffs I've seen in a very, very long time. Okay. Mila says, do you feel you have a say so in how destinies manifest, or are things predetermined where it just unfolds however it will unfold? That's a great question. Mila Manifest says, do you feel you have a say in how destiny manifests, or are things predetermined where it just unfolds however it will unfold? No, I think that we have a say so in it, because I've been given some opportunities that I've gotten in my life, but the way that I handled them affected how those situations played out. So I think it's just a little bit of both. But that is a good question. That's a good question. That is a very, very good question. Slightly behind before consistency, I learned you have to have a strong why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Because if your why isn't strong, you'll come up with excuses. There we go. But yeah, I do feel like we do have a say in how destiny manifests. I mean, some things are out of our control, and so some things. So I think it's maybe a little bit of both. I think sometimes in some spaces, like no, you can't control. If you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. But then I don't know because then I guess we're always making the decision to be where we're at when we're there. So maybe that just put us there. I do think about that a lot, like a lot. Like you ever like meet somebody and then like you think about like had I not been here at this perfect time in this perfect space, I would have not met this person. And I think that social media kind of takes that away from us because you can do so much from just being on your phone. I don't know. That's a deep question. I like that question. The Mike Wilkes said, Doe, when it's too late to start the comedy, when is it too late to start the comedy journey? I've been waiting to do it, but 34 is knocking on the door. No, there's no expiration date on comedy. Just do it. I started doing comedy at 26. Didn't move to LA till I was 30. Booked Wild 'N Out when I was 33. Going on 34. So no, there's no, the only thing stopping you is you. You know what I'm saying? How many things had to happen to make something happen? I like that idea. Like I'm telling you, like everything is like I could tell you the story of like when I booked Wild 'N Out, right? And it would just seem like it was just perfect divine intervention and timing for me to get on that show. Like if everything didn't happen how it happened, if I didn't know somebody who knew, where the shout out to Clayton, if I didn't know somebody who knew where the audition was, then I would have never gone to it. You know what I'm saying? If I would have took my friend with me, I would have never gotten to like it's just so many little things that happened. Rodney Perry, what up for that to happen? But do I feel like life is like that in every sense and situation? No, and I do feel like the way that we act and the way that we move definitely can affect destiny. Absolutely. Roddy Nicole says, I do think we have a multiverse option. Like we have different choices that will affect different outcomes for us. I think about that all the time. Like if I wouldn't have done this, I wonder how my life would have been. Or if I would have done this instead of this, I wonder, because like, and even in my life, like I've said things, I've done things, and it's drastically changed the course of my life, like drastically. And that always kind of like makes me think that too about like, when you're breaking up with somebody is just always probably the most confusing thing about life that I just have never really been able to wrap my mind around. Let me dive a little deeper into it. And everybody that's watching the morning show, hey, we just talking about life. It was a slow news day. It wasn't a ton of stuff for us to bust down and chop it up about today. So we just, having a real life conversation. Breaking up with people or getting broken up with, it's always difficult because it's just like when you're in a relationship with somebody, and I've spoken on this in the past, when you're in a relationship with somebody, you love them, you wake up and you talk to them, and they're a part of your every step during the day. You talk to them during the day, you text them, you give them a kiss before you go to work, all these things. You see them when you get home, you eat dinner together, you go to sleep together. And then things change for whatever reason. It's not always just a sudden thing, but things change. Maybe you guys cool off on each other and the relationship ends. And then you just never talk to this person again. You ever notice that, how crazy that is? People break up and then they go to their Instagram and wipe all evidence of the relationship, all of it off. Like it never happened. And then they move and then they live their life as if it never happened. And then they will do that until they find somebody else to do that with. To me, that is insanity. And I've been in enough relationships to it can kind of make you paranoid about getting in another one. Because like, I don't be wanting to get into another one because I don't want it to end. Like, getting out of relationships and getting over them, it fucking sucks. So, Ronnie Nicole said, a breakup is literally disengaging your entire being from another being. That's unnatural for us. We are connected beings, so it hurts because you're literally removing a part of yourself and discarding it. Yes. And then you just have to act like it's normal. Then you just got to go and just be, hey, I'm good. And it's just like, no, I was planning a future with this person. We were talking about this and that. You know what I'm saying? Going in with that mind frame, guarantee is going to end. But that's the reality of it, though. That could happen. It's not a mind frame. It could happen with anybody, like in any relationship. And that's the thing. Everybody goes into these relationships thinking, "Oh, this is gonna be great." Nobody goes into it thinking, "Oh God, one day we're gonna break up." All I'm saying is I hate the breakup stuff. Like, I hate that. Somebody says you can erase the pictures, but you can't erase the person. Everything that happened remains a part of you. But I think that it's true to say that sometimes fear of being hurt can make you not get into relationships. Ronnie Nicole says, and sometimes you can't show how sad it makes you because of society and how you look when you show emotion. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I just feel like, and there'd be so much time. That's why I couldn't imagine, like, when people be married for like years, like 20, 30 years, and then they get divorced. Like, I was married for 84 days. So I kind of checked out fast. I'll tell the story one day. I don't feel like getting into it right now. But I was married for 84 days. I had seen enough in 84 days. But then when I look back at it, though, I don't know. I just hold on 1 second. That's why I believe that what people want in life outside of relationship is important. True. You can't look at it like that, though. Think of it like stand up. You have to try to do jokes, and if they work, you keep them going. If you don't, then you learn for what is not for you. Okay, but I don't know that, because this is the flaw in that theory. The older you get, the more you value time, and then the more waste of time you feel like you could be doing if you're dating and it's not ending you in a relationship. Okay, let's just say me, for instance, right? If I start dating somebody right now, that's going to take some time, right? It's going to take some time. It's going to take some energy to even get to know a person, to even get to know the level real person that you're dealing with. It's going to take you a couple months, 3-4 months, just to be like, does this even work? There's so many layers of a person. You know what I'm saying? So many things you're going to have to get to learn about a person in a relationship. So let's just say you start dating a person. And so to give them your full attention, right? So let's just take me, I'm 42, right? I'll be said guinea pig, right? So if I go out and I meet a young lady, I'm like, hey, we're going to date. Ma'am, let's date. Take 3-4 months just to get to know each other. Go out on a few dates, whatever happens. Now, in order for me to give this woman my undivided attention, I'm going to have to cut everybody else out. At least that's what kind of makes sense. I can't just be dating a bunch of women. I'll be forgetting shit like, wait, what? What is this? What is that? Cool. So now let's just say, we give it 3 months. And then after 3 months, it's like, hey, I kind of like you. Let's kind of keep this thing going. Let's just say maybe around the 4 or 5 month, we're like, hey, let's make this official as being a, relationship, whatever. Or let's just say we don't even get to the relationship point. Let's just say right around the 6-8 month point, it's just like, I see some things I don't like, XYZ, da-da-da-da-da, right? Now I just wasted 8 months of my time. Now I got to start all over. And with me, it's a little bit different because I have a little bit of a public presence. Not saying I'm some big ass superstar, but it's difficult. And then it's just like, it becomes I don't want to say a waste of time, but it's just like, I'm sick of it not working. And then it be fucking me up. Like, well, why do I even keep chasing it? Okay, I got a lot of comments. Y'all are passionate about this. Okay. Mila Manifest says breaking up is hard. To move along is even harder. Facts. Bank of Jaws. Evening ending friendships hurts. Even ending, yes, that's true. I've lost some friends and it really hurts. Ronnie Nicole, my grandparents were married for 60 years. It was quite comfortable love. I think I want that with some spice and lots of traveling. Okay. Tony says, I don't think I've ever been hurt so bad that I was fearful of another relationship. I hope I have a hopeful attitude. What's for me will be. If that's you, cool. If not, thanks for the love. Okay. Ronnie says, yes, Josh agreed. You can't worry about the wasting time. The time is going to pass anyway. You're right. You are right. Is your typical frame 6 to 8 months before you get into a relationship? No, I run into relationships fast. I can identify what I want quick. But I don't know, man. I just I feel like I want it, but it just seems hard. And I feel like the older you get, you start. Okay, so let's just even take that. I'm talking about 5 years ago. Where I saw myself in life when I was young, I didn't think that I would be where I'm at 42. If you would have asked me when I was 15, 16, where I kind of seen what I would want, I'd be like, oh, I'd be married with a bunch of kids. I didn't necessarily even want to be a famous person when I was kind of coming up. I wanted to be a rapper, but I always just knew I'd be married. I would have assumed would have been married for at least 15 years by now. But apparently I don't, it hasn't happened for me. And the older that you get, the more you can start to be paranoid. And then it can make you want to rush up and accelerate the process, which is one of the worst things that you can do. But it's just like, nigga, I don't have time. I don't have time to vet everybody out, to know what's going to work, to, try to work it out with, women that maybe I've, been with in the past. It's like, it's hard. And it's like, nobody wants to waste time. See, I just stress myself out thinking about it. And it's like, I believe that I want to be married, but more than anything, I just want to be happy. I don't want to be in an unhappy marriage. King David said, there's the issues. Why am I rushing into relationships? I figured it out about me. Tony says, what is it that you want? I can tell you. Hold on. Chase. All right, Tia says, it's absolutely hard. Anything that's worth having is worth working for. True? Okay. All right, so this is what I'm saying. Why is it hard for me? I learned this through therapy and just self-evaluation. What happened with me was growing up and seeing like the family dynamic get broken up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like as a child, like, we had a family. My parents ended up divorcing when I was 18. So I almost felt like they was just staying together for the betterment of me or whatever, right? I think in my mind, there was a time where the family was perfect in my childhood. And they say that you as an adult can really, like, in your personal life, like you will act out trying to fix things that happen in your childhood. This is actually really a thing. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. I don't know what the term is. But a lot of people, the way you live has so much to do with your childhood. For instance, like if you were somebody that maybe grew up in a DV situation and you've seen kind of like domestic violence growing up, right? You might want to grow up and be a cop to not only protect your family, but to protect people. So then in your mind, you see something and you see the police showing up, you're like, I want to protect people in this way. Now your whole life is predicated around things you saw as a kid. Zero Music, what up, my boy? And so that's the thing. So I grew up seeing family and structure and wanting that. So then when you see me in an adult fashion, I was always looking for the woman to complete the package so I can make the family. So it always, every woman I would meet, I'd be like, well, are you the one? Because I'm trying to recreate the family. You see what I'm saying? And I know that I need the woman for that. And so that's my thing. You see what I'm saying? So it's taken me years to be like, all right, well, nigga, that's cool, but you got to slow your ass down. You can't do it like this. There's different ways to do it. Hold on. Ronnie said, yeah, but the conventional idea of marriage isn't for everyone, and that's okay. Find a healthy, loving dynamic like that works for you and do that. Facts. King David said, focus on your happiness and not happiness in a relationship. Everything will come when it comes. Okay. Yeah, but what about my package? Josh came in here like, am I dropping music soon? Josh, don't you see me having a deep conversation? He keeps saying shallow shit. Like, what's the biggest check you ever got? You talking some new blood? We having a conversation about relationships. So have y'all heard about that? That in your adult life, you will be trying to fix things that happened in your childhood? I've wanted to be married. Like when they used to ask me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I used to say a pastor and a husband. That you know everything that you know it needs to know about me. Like that's what I wanted. And that's what I've chased my whole life. But have I gotten it? And then sometimes it's just like you feel like I've been chasing this too long. I said this to myself recently. I was like, self, and I don't know if any of you ever have these moments with yourself, but I feel like it's important to have honest conversations with yourself. You can lie to anybody you want in this world except yourself. Lying to yourself is one of the most dangerous lies you could ever tell. I said this to myself, right? I said, self, I think it might be you. And what I meant by that was in relationships and shit not working. And it was a real moment because I'd never really said that. Right? And I said, Doe, I think it's you. Because you've dated a plethora of women. B Dot, what up? Shout out my nigga B Dot. I was like, Doe, you've dated a plethora of women in your life. They're all very different. But they all have one commonality. It didn't work with your ass. I doubt that these women have meetings and be like, yeah, let's talk about Della. Because I've dated women from every different spectrum of, right? So instead of worrying about, you know, these women and how they be fucking up, I went inward and just been like, well, what things can I change about myself? Because I think it might be me. A lot of this is me, though. A lot of times I could be indecisive. A lot of times I could, you know, maybe not be as attentive in relationships. A lot of times, you know, I've had my you know, my infidelity moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that that's how people can grow is when you can lessen the expectation off of the world without you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot control anyone else, what they say, what they do. So this is kind of giving me peace in every area of my life, not just relationship. Is when you can just kind of own your own shit. Just be like, yo, I'm kind of trash in relationships sometimes. And then look at the things that you're trash at and try to fix them instead of having this laundry list of what you want from somebody else. Because I think really when we're making that list of what we want from somebody else, we're really deflecting about the things that we want in ourselves. Do you see what I'm saying? If I have a list of things that I want in a woman, and I'm like, I ain't gonna date a woman unless she got this. I think it's really deflecting because I should have a list for myself of what I want to be as a man, huh? Did somebody catch that? Hold on. We got a lot of, hold on. Sometimes you got to hold that mirror up, my boy, for sure. So sometimes, I know I just said something deep and I just forgot what I said that quickly. But I can't change anything. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of people will deflect and they'll have that list. So I feel like we should have lists for ourselves before we go into any relationship. Instead of saying, these are the things that I want from somebody. What do you want from yourself? Who do you want to be as a person? And that's where I'm at. Hold on one second. Tony says, but you tend to have that I'm going to mess this up mentality. You can't go into a relationship with that process, with that thought process. No, it's not that. It's I'm aware that I go into self-sabotaging behavior. And you don't know you're self-sabotaging when you're doing it. It's almost like y'all like when you're self-sabotaging, you don't know in your mind, like, I'm finna go in here and fuck this relationship up. You see what I'm saying? It's like, no. Sometimes, like, I go back through things and I be like, well, no. Hold on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you look at the shit you was doing, like, why was I doing that? You're self-sabotaging. And self-sabotaging actually comes from fear. Some people don't know. I know a lot of times when I self-sabotage, it was really because there was something buried in my self-subconscious that assumed it would end badly later. So I'm going to just fuck it up now. Of course, I don't know it when I'm doing it. I'm just doing the things that I'm doing, living my life. This ended up being deep. And you know we be trying to not be deep on the Morning Cup of Dope Morning Show, but this ain't sad. This is constructive conversation about relationships and self-evaluation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's Tia Williams says, do y'all see this man growing right in front of our eyes? Yeah, man, I just be trying to, find out what it is about myself that that I can do. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to grow as much as I can in the right way. You know what I'm saying? And I think that all comes from, okay, what can I fix about me? How can I fix this? How can I somehow fix what's going on here? Because I feel like if that's fixed, then it at least makes it. Then I can come into a situation and be like, yeah, you. Now I can have a list of what I want because all the checklists have been, you know, checked off in myself. I think a lot of us don't want to do our own checklist. We just want to just make a list. Sometimes we make that list impossible. That's a form of self-sabotage too. Women, y'all be doing that shit too. You'll make this fucking impossible list of this man that don't exist. But you'll never make a list for yourself. You know? But one day at a time with it. I didn't mean to get all deep with y'all. It's 7:52. We didn't have nothing on the docket today because wasn't nothing happening. We only got a few minutes left. What's good? What's going on for everybody's Tuesday? What are you doing this Tuesday to make your life better? Because we should all be on one-day contracts with ourselves. One-day contracts. Just do one-day contracts. Yes, you can have a 21-day goal. Yes, you can have a 6-month goal. Yes, you can have a 5-year vision plan, but it's a one-day contract. And you know how you get your money? Not talking about actual tangible money. I'm talking about, your money, like the positive results. You show up every day. You make making your first batch of lip gloss for sale. That's what I'm talking about. Black entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? What are you going to do today to affect that 5-year plan, to affect that year plan, to affect that 6-month? You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like every day it's just a little bit. You can't change the world in a day. You ever notice that shit? Motherfuckers start working out shit and they go back to the gym that first time and they try to do every workout in the gym. Nigga, that one workout is not going to change your life, but it's going to be a step in the right direction. Go hard. Go for that extra set. Go for that extra rep. But don't go so hard that now your whole body is sore because you didn't tore up a bunch of muscle. Now you fucked around and injured yourself. Now you can't even work out for 2 weeks to a month because you're hurt, because you're doing too much. One step at a time. One foot in front of the other. Huh? Ronnie said, I want to vote and research funding options for my wrestling school. I heard that. Mr. Wright said, though, I don't even change your screen name, nigga. I'm not going to keep calling you Mr. Wright. No. Though I just want to say this live is appreciated. I'm at work and the time has flown by because of my live and my thoughts. Thank you. I'm doing it, though. Keep up the work. That's the shadow work. I got you, Ronnie. CB the Great said, relationships are always working. Most people are not really to work on it. Holding yourself accountable and having integrity is key in every relationship. Yes. King David said, stay on that path for sure. Flannel said, when things aren't as idealistic as they appear in the beginning, the journey becomes a constant uphill battle. You're right. That's why I say you need to work for self within before you even think about being in a relationship. Hey, there we go. They say I'm preaching today. I'm just speaking life into my tribe. You understand? We only got 5 minutes left. Let me tell y'all why today's episode was important. Because I almost didn't do it. I was laying in that bed right there, and I was like, I don't really want to get up. And I started to make those excuses for myself, and I started to be like, well, it's always tomorrow. But what happens when tomorrow doesn't come? When tomorrow doesn't come, what did today mean? That's how we got to live. I was like, no, just get up. I was like, well, I ain't really got a docket. Get up. And we did it. We got 69 people here. We got 9 people here. And we talked. And we had a conversation. And guess what? We did it. You know what I'm saying? Now, what you going to do for your day? It's 8 o'clock on the West Coast. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. What you going to do today to make it happen? Lloyd Wright said, I'm a 5 a.m. man. You got to make this habit. Once it becomes a habit, it's going to be hard not to get out. You right. It's a great conversation this morning. And I'm glad that I got great people in here. I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying? We could just bounce back and forth. Because contrary to what it is to believe, it's hard to just talk here by yourself into two cameras. And that's why I'm thankful for all the interaction, because I feel like I'm not talking to myself. Huh? Because y'all are there with me. Soon we'll have the green screen pumping. We'll have guests. We'll build this one day at a time. But right now, it's just the consistency. Just keep doing it. Huh? Just keep going. Keep going. That's all you got to do. Is keep going. That's it. We'll figure it out when we get there. But we can't stop. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop. You got to push. Push through it. And it's just a day. It's a one-day contract. Anybody can do anything right for a day. Like, that's why I really understand, like, when people like be suffering from alcohol, and you go to Alcoholics Anonymous, whatever, they tell you one day at a time. So you got anyway. The mastery of that thought will change lives. One day at a time. Just today. And when you think about it like that, whatever you're trying to do, it just doesn't make it seem that hard. Like, okay, it's today. Thank God I'm here. Thank God I have another opportunity to be here. What can I do today to get me closer to my goals? What can I do today that's going to help me get close to my goals? Work out. Work out for an hour. I do an hour of cardio. Work out. Follow my nutritionist meal plan. Drink my shakes. Eat my snacks. Eat my one meal. You know, like I'm supposed to. Drink a gallon of water. This is half of it. These are all helping me get to my fitness goals. What can I do to help me get to my career goals? Well, I just shot a piece of content. I've been trying to put up a piece of content every day. Just shot up a 2-hour piece of content. Okay. Could write for 2 hours. Okay. I go hit an open mic around the corner. Practice my stand-up. Have some meetings with some of my business partners that I'm working on stuff with and talk about what we're doing. Have the best day ever. Tia Williams said, be blessed, y'all. Have your best day yet. You know you can have the best day of your life today if you choose to. You have the best day of your life. You can make a great memory today. So just go hard. Morning cup of dough. This is here just to wake you up, get y'all ready for it. That's why I got up. Because I'm like, I gotta get the squad ready. Like, I gotta get the gang ready for the day. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of times we got more topics and we can laugh about shit, talk about crazy shit, but today we just talk. Let's all show up and show out today. That's what Colin Oates says. And it's 7:59, so guess what? We done reached the end of the show. Morning cup of dough. I love you all. I want you all to be amazing. I want you all to push through whatever you got to push through. And I want you to be good. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Same time, same place. Number love. Doughboy. I'm out. Peace.